Hello, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has stressed that he did not give any instruction to former Attorney General Idrus Harun or the AGC with regards to Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's case. He reiterated that it was Idrus who decided to grant a discharge not amounting to an acquittal to Zahid in the Yayasan Akalbudi corruption case.
Tidak ada arahan Peguam Negara pada masa itu Tan Sri Idrus, dia terlibat dalam meneruskan pendakwaan. Dia baca dokumen bocor yang ditulis oleh Jabatan Peguam Negara yang menyatakan tidak bersetuju dengan pendakwaan. Dia juga lihat beberapa fakta baru 200 halaman yang dikemukakan. Dia juga lihat percanggahan. Tentunya saya sebagai Perdana Menteri tahu kesan dan tuduhan yang dilemparkan. Saya terpaksa tanya panjang kepada Peguam Negara, mengapa keputusan begitu? Mengapa sekarang?
Anwar added that Idrus was carrying out his responsibility and did not want to leave his duty to anyone else as he would be retiring soon. Elaborating, Anwar said he was aware of the backlash against Zahid's DNAA but urged critics to read the 11 reasons cited by the prosecutor in proposing the withdrawal. He said he did not blame the public for wanting and demanding detailed explanations regarding the AGC's decision. In fact, he said he had personally sought further clarification from the AG because the true facts of the case had been manipulated by irresponsible parties. Muda has come under fire today for calling DAP a lapdog to UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. A DAP leader said Syed Saddiq's remarks were a display of egoism of the highest level.
DAP leader Sheikh Umar Bagharib Ali has responded to Muda President Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman's remark on DAP being a lapdog to UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. In a statement today, he said he was disappointed with Syed Saddiq's remarks and said that it went too far. Syed Saddiq had previously threatened to withdraw support from the coalition government following the discharge not amounting to an acquittal given to Zahid in the Yayasan Akalbudi corruption case. This led to DAP Perak chairperson Nga Korming saying that it would be more professional for Syed Saddiq to discuss the matter with the coalition government's leadership. Syed Saddiq then said that he agreed with former UMNO Youth Chief Khairi Jamaluddin, who had accused DAP of being a lapdog that allows the abuse of power. In his response, Sheikh Umar said to him, Nga's statement is very neutral. However, Syed Saddiq's response is a display of egoism of the highest level. He added that Syed Saddiq seems to have forgotten how loyal and supportive DAP once was to him and Muda. He said Syed Saddiq should not be quick to throw such accusations at DAP, and in terms of principle, should not go so far as to label DAP harshly. Sheikh Umar explained that Nga was simply voicing the attitude that should be taken by Muda in accordance with its position of supporting the current unity government, which was to use internal channels to seek clarification and not an open ambush. He added that Syed Saddiq is not Khairi, who is free to attack because he is an outsider and not part of the unity government.
A Bersatu leader has accused the government of practicing double standards in enforcing the law when it involves powerful personalities.
Bersatu Legal Bureau Deputy Chief Sasha Lina Abdul Latif has accused the Anwar Ibrahim administration of double standards in enforcing the law. In a statement today, she pointed out the striking contrast between a case involving an unemployed man's guilty plea in Kuala Terengganu yesterday over the theft of 22 ringgit from a mosque, where he could face up to 10 years in jail, and Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's case. Sasha questioned why there was a difference in treatment between the ordinary unemployed citizen and the Deputy Prime Minister. She said Article 8 of the Federal Constitution states that all persons are equal before the law, whether it's a poor man or a billionaire or even a DPM. However, she said the public can see that this principle has been ignored. The practicing lawyer said it would have been acceptable and perhaps fair had the Attorney General not charged the 45-year-old unemployed man, Suhaidi Abdul Hamid, over the theft. She said Suhaidi could have been let off with a warning. Yet the AG saw fit to proceed with the 22 ringgit case, but discontinued the case against Zahid involving millions of ringgit. She added that disparity exposes the justice system to public disgust and ridicule, and a total loss of credibility. She said it would have been more appropriate for authorities to refer the matter to the Terengganu Zakat Department. On Monday, prosecutors applied to discharge Zahid despite the court previously ordering the accused to enter his defense after being satisfied that a prima facie case had been established. As for the petty theft Sasha was referring to, Suhaidi had pleaded guilty at the Kuala Terengganu Magistrates Court for stealing money from the Pulau Sekati Mosque. Under Section 380 of the Penal Code, he can be jailed for up to 10 years. His sentencing has been set for September 26.
We are often faced with nutrient deficiency needed for our body. This is why I choose G-Sure. G-Sure is the first plant-based and complete nutrition drink that helps to improve the immune system and strengthen our bodies. It has to be Good Morning G-Sure.
Ahmad Maslan believes that the decision in Zahid's DNAA will have a positive impact on the two upcoming by-elections in Johor.
UMNO Supreme Council member Ahmad Maslan is confident that the latest development in Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's case will not have a negative impact on the twin by-elections in Johor. Speaking to reporters in Johor yesterday evening, he said he viewed the granting of a discharge not amounting to an acquittal for Zahid as something positive. He said while some may view it negatively, Zahid's case will have a positive effect as the truth is finally out. Describing himself as a victim of tyranny as well, Ahmad recalled how he was hauled to court for receiving 1MDB funds. He said that in the end justice prevailed in Malaysia and that is what matters. Ahmad added that we have to have hope in the country's justice system because they rectify the errors and stop the injustice and tyranny. Ahmad also expressed gratitude over the outcome and described the DNAA as joyous news for Malaysians, as well as for those who value justice. Responding to those demanding an explanation from the AGC, the UMNO Supreme Council member said the prosecution had already revealed 11 reasons in court. He added that the AGC had also come out with a brief press release to say that the arguments were accepted by the court.
However, it seems like not everyone is impressed with the AGC explanation of its decision to withdraw the charges. The Malaysian Bar has described the explanation as hollow.
The Malaysian Bar is unimpressed by the Attorney General's Chamber's explanation of its decision to withdraw 47 corruption charges against Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. In a statement last night, Bar President Karen Chia said the AGC's press release lacked proper justifications, especially since the move gives the court no choice but to grant Zahid either a discharge not amounting to an acquittal or a full acquittal. She said it therefore rings hollow for the AGC to attribute the withdrawal of the case to the High Court and use that as a reason in the media statement instead of providing a detailed explanation. Chia added that the AGC's decision at such a late stage of the court proceedings had also tarnished the AGC's credibility as a prosecutor and the MACC's credibility as an investigator. She pointed out by the time the charges were withdrawn, the court had already held 77 days of hearings, heard testimonies of 99 witnesses, and the prosecution had established a prima facie case against Zahid. The bar also renewed its call for the role of the Attorney General and the public prosecutor to be separated to ensure the public prosecutor is free from executive influence and maintain public confidence in the criminal justice system. In a press release on Tuesday, the AGC had said that its decision to drop charges against Zahid was based on cogent reasons given, which was accepted by the court. It did not say in the statement what those reasons were. When applying to court for a DNAA, the prosecution had told the court that the request was for several reasons, including to allow the MACC to conduct further investigations, to look into the possibility that there was selective prosecution, and to wait for the Royal Commission of Inquiry on former Attorney General Tommy Thomas's memoir.
Tuan Ibrahim has described the Reformasi movement as a waste of time and energy. He said many voters, including past members and supporters, had been involved in the movement. However, it seems like the struggle was only for the personal interests of certain quarters.
Past Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuanman believes that the Reformasi movement, fought for more than 20 years, has been a waste of time and energy. Speaking at Perikatan Nasional's grand finale ceramah in Simpang Jeram last night, he said this is as the struggle turned out to be not for the nation, but for the personal interests of certain quarters. Elaborating, Tuan Ibrahim claimed the personal interests of certain quarters had taken over the original goal of the reformasi struggle.
Berapa ramai rakyat yang berundi tiba-tiba mereka dibohong oleh pemimpin yang berjanji kepada rakyat. Betul tak? Kami ini terlibat dalam waktu reformasi. Berapa ramai yang kena gas pemedih mata? Berapa ramai yang kena tangkap, yang kena torture? Berapa ramai kita berimpun, habis masa, tenaga, yakin kita perlukan satu reformasi negara kita. Tetapi kita mula melihat bukan reformasi negara yang dibawa, tapi agenda peribadi hingga membelakangkan aspek-aspek yang sepatutnya tidak dilanggari oleh pemimpin.
Although Tuan Ibrahim did not mention names, he was believed to be referring to the discharge not amounting to an acquittal granted to Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi in the Yayasan Akalbudi corruption case. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim had previously denied any involvement in the Attorney General's Chamber's decision to withdraw all 47 charges against the UMNO President and said that the matter was decided by the Attorney General.
Meanwhile, UMNO has called on the opposition to be more constructive. Its Secretary-General Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki also called on the opposition to stop playing with sentiments of government transition.
UMNO Secretary-General Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki has called on the opposition to be more constructive instead of playing up sentiments of government transition. He said such sentiments do not bring any benefit to the country and the opposition should give the 19 parties that make up the federal government a chance to work through its term before contesting at the next general election. According to Ashraf, if the opposition are still at loggerheads and playing with the government transition sentiment, then all this will mean nothing, as it is a message that has no positive and constructive meaning to the development of the country. He added that it will only cause doubts to those who want to invest because they are worried about the unstable political problems in the country. Ashraf said the period of fighting and bad-mouthing between the government and opposition ended as soon as the general and state elections were over. He added that the federal government has 4 years left to govern and will focus on the stability of the country. He said he is confident that during this period, the government will ensure it can operate effectively, focus on stability, develop the economy, and boost investor confidence. Asked if there is a need for the government and opposition to sit down and discuss an end to the country's political crisis, he said that is not necessary because the opposition needs to play a check and balance role. He said everyone wants to be the government. Yet when the Agong ordered to establish a unity government, 19 parties agreed, except Perikatan Nasional, who remained adamant to be the opposition. Yesterday, local media had reported that the New Straits Times press editors' conference had called for an end to the political crisis and to focus on the people's issues that needs the government's attention.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.